If you're someone who's been thinking about working from home or traveling while still making a solid income, but you're tired of hearing the same side hustle advice over and over, then this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing some of the best and most underrated remote side hustles for people who want to work online in creative and flexible ways. These are ideas that not everyone is talking about, and they don't require a big budget or any special background to get started. Let's get straight into this video. One side hustle that's surprisingly flexible and still pretty underrated is becoming a virtual Airbnb experience host. Most people think of Airbnb as a platform just for booking vacation rentals, but they also have a section where you can host experiences, and some of those can be completely online. That means you don't need to be tied to a physical location to do this. If you have a unique hobby, a cultural skill, or even just something interesting to share or teach, you can create your own virtual session and get paid to host it. There are people offering everything from guided meditations and creative writing workshops to pasta making classes and storytelling hours. Some hosts even offer things like language exchange sessions or cultural history tours, all through Zoom. What makes this side hustle worth exploring is that you get to design the experience based on what you're comfortable doing. You set the schedule, the pricing, and how long it lasts, and you can even tailor your experience to a certain theme or audience. It doesn't require any big investment beyond a solid internet connection, a device with a camera, and whatever you need to guide your session. The more engaging and niche your experience is, the more likely it is to stand out. This isn't about being an expert. It's about creating a welcoming, enjoyable environment where people can learn or enjoy something new from anywhere in the world. Another remote side hustle that flies under the radar is becoming an online mystery shopper for digital services. When most people think of mystery shopping, they picture going into a store and secretly evaluating customer service. But more and more companies are now hiring remote shoppers to test their online services, customer support chats, mobile apps, and websites. As a remote mystery shopper, you'll be asked to go through a specific process, like making a fake purchase, interacting with a customer service rep, or navigating a website, and then report back on how it went. The companies are looking for feedback on how smooth, helpful, or frustrating the digital experience was. This kind of work doesn't usually take much time, and it's often task-based, so you can pick things up when your schedule allows. It's a good fit if you're detail-oriented, honest, and comfortable following instructions carefully. You don't need special training or a specific background, just a computer or phone, and the ability to explain what went well and what didn't. Platforms that connect people with these types of gigs tend to screen applicants and have guidelines to follow, but once you're in, it can be a steady way to earn a little extra on your own time. It's not talked about often, but it can be a great way to get started with remote income, especially if you're just looking for low-effort ways to get involved online. Also, if you've ever dreamed of starting a side hustle that fits your lifestyle, one that brings an income without burning you out, I've created the Pretty Passive Blueprint, a complete ebook guide designed to help you build, scale, and sustain a side hustle that feels aligned, not exhausting. Inside, it covers a variety of topics from discovering your perfect side hustle match to setting up a strong foundation for passive income. Whether you're new to the game or ready to scale smart, this guide walks you through it all, including how to automate your systems, boost productivity without stress, and even outsource when it's time to grow. The link to the Pretty Passive Blueprint will be linked in the description box below. Another remote side hustle that's worth exploring is user experience testing, also known as UX testing, for websites and apps. This kind of work involves giving honest feedback on how easy or difficult it is to use a digital product. A lot of companies, especially startups, are constantly launching new websites, mobile apps, or digital tools, and before they go live to the public, they need real users to test them out. That's where you come in. As a remote UX tester, you might be asked to complete certain tasks on a website or app, like signing up for a service, navigating a menu, or trying to purchase a product while talking through your experience out loud. The goal is to help developers understand what parts of their design or layout are working and what might be confusing to the average user. You don't need to be tech savvy to do this. In fact, Companies often prefer to hear from people with no background in design or development because that gives them more realistic feedback. You'll usually record your screen and voice as you complete each test, and each session typically takes between 10 and 30 minutes. It's a good option for people who are observant, clear communicators, and comfortable sharing their thoughts as they go. It doesn't require any special tools, just your computer or smartphone and a quiet environment. While it's not usually a full-time income source, it can be a flexible way to engage in remote work on your own schedule and contribute to the design of products that thousands of people might end up using. The next idea is becoming an online course tester for educational technology companies, a space that has quietly been growing over the past few years. As more people turn to online learning, edtech startups are constantly releasing new courses and digital programs. But before those materials are made public, companies need feedback from testers to find bugs, spot confusing sections, or offer insights into how engaging the course actually feels. That's where this side hustle fits in. You'd be reviewing courses the way a real student would, going through lessons, watching videos, clicking through interactive modules, and completing quizzes. Your job is to report back on anything that stands out, whether it's a technical glitch, a confusing piece of content, or even something as small as unclear instructions. Some companies ask for written feedback, while others may ask for a short recorded response. It's especially useful work for people who like to learn, who are curious, and who don't mind exploring different types of content, whether it's academic, professional, or hobby-based. You don't need to be an educator or have teaching experience. You just need to be thorough, reliable, and honest in your reviews. Most of these opportunities come through platforms or smaller edtech companies that post tester calls when they have something in development. It's one of those behind-the-scenes side hustles that's easy to overlook, but for people who are organized and enjoy detail-oriented tasks, it can be a really practical way to work remotely while contributing to better online learning experiences. Another interesting and often overlooked remote side hustle is participating in online focus groups for product research. Brands, startups, and research firms regularly conduct focus groups to gather feedback on products, services, advertising ideas, or even branding decisions before they go to market. These sessions are designed to get honest input from real people, and with everything shifting online, many focus groups now happen over Zoom or other video platforms. As a participant, you might be asked to share your opinion on a new packaging design, test a prototype website, or even just give feedback on your shopping habits or preferences. What makes this side hustle appealing is that you don't need any experience or technical skills. You just need to be willing to share your thoughts clearly and respectfully. The final side hustle I want to share in this video is working as an online mock juror for trial preparation. This is a more niche and lesser-known opportunity, but it's something that legal teams use to test their arguments and get a sense of how average people might respond to a case. Mock jury companies recruit everyday individuals to participate in simulated trials or case presentations, which are often used by attorneys to refine their strategies before going to court. As a mock juror, your role is to review evidence, read or watch summaries of real legal cases, and then provide your opinions on what you think about the arguments being made. You might be asked questions like how believable a witness seemed, whether a piece of evidence changed your perspective, or what factors influenced your decision the most. Thanks so much for watching. The link for where you can grab the Pretty Passive Blueprint Guide will be linked in the description box below.